Okay. So maybe that's how I'm starting all my videos now. Okay, so um yesterday's Make It Good video. Um I'm happy to report that I did make it good. And the overall headline, I guess, of that time is that we have full control. Um, we have the authority and power, I guess, to be completely in charge of our decisions about how we feel about something, and how we orient ourselves to that thing, right? So, as I shared yesterday, I was preparing to come to a place that I am used to not be fond of, right? But I want to share with you how taking my CrossFit coach's advice for making it good, how it actually shaped my experience today. So I'm in said city, I've arrived safely, all is well. And I had a different mindset even from yesterday after the video, but particularly this morning. I took some time to just be still and be quiet and to meditate before I looked at my phone, before I did anything. I just sat for a moment and I meditated on a key phrase. If I'm honest, I can't even remember what the phrase was, but I know that it was something that was going to ensure that I could stay in the flow and in alignment with source and just make sure that my mind was right. Okay. So I'm meditating, doing the things. Um, then I get into the shower. Um, and I tried to do some segment intending, meaning I was um thinking about and envisioning how great my day would go piece by piece. Like travels would be smooth and I would get here and there would without incident or accident. I would get here and I would meet people along the way and I would so I'm just envisioning what I would want to happen. Again, all in this positive vein of just making sure that I am making it good, as Coach said, right? So I do all the things. I get out of the door, all that, get to the airport, boom, get upgraded to first class. Shout out to Delta Sky Miles and just having a status with the airline. But okay, first class. So we in there, boom, on our way to the city. Everything is smooth, no delays in the flight. Even I think an early takeoff, early arrival, all the things. So I arrive here in a different space, right? Get to my rental car, automatically come to my hotel, see if I can check in. And love these little purple little pillows, by the way, they so cute. And this little couch cute too. See if I can check in, right? They're like, great, yes, we have you. You're on the 11th floor. Everybody see this 1111. Okay. You're on the 11th floor, you're good. You're ready to check in now. So grateful because I had to lead a training and I didn't know. And again, I stay ready for the pivot if I was going to have to take the training or lead the training virtually in a different space. Everything was fine here, set. So then, and even on the plane, I forgot this part. I Part of what I do or what I try to do when I visit different places, and I hadn't really done it here, uh, is to find as many Black owned establishments as I can and figure out where I want to go. So I did that for this city. I'm looking, I kind of see, XYZ. It's a lot of restaurants, right? Not necessarily um, other places, but there were some things to choose from. So after I get done with my training, so I had that, going in my head. After my training, all is well. I then say, okay, great. Let's jump out into this Black owned space, right? Find a restaurant, soul food spot that is apparently super well known. They have the all the pictures with the people on the wall. And so went to this spot. So I'm like, okay, so I'm getting more of us, right? Because part of the reason that I didn't enjoy coming here was that I didn't have any type of community yet. And I didn't really foresee that given where I am. But one thing about us, one thing about Black folks is we are going to be everywhere. Okay. So I knew that it was just a matter of time before I found my tribe. Okay. So I go to the restaurant. It is completely empty. I'm talking about not a soul besides the folks that were working there, cooking and serving. My people too, right? However, there was nobody in the restaurant. Okay. I still got something to eat. I said, you know what? I still want to patronize this space. I still want to give to this space. And I want to make sure that I can try it so I can see how it is, right? So end up getting some catfish nuggets and a little garden salad on the side. Just not too much because I didn't want to go crazy in case it wasn't the move. So as I'm sitting down and eating my food, I go onto Facebook because I'm like determined to find us, right? And then I'm like, well, duh, number one, you're a Delta. How about you find the alumni chapter and reach out? Hello. So I do that. And then so therefore I'm on Facebook. Then I was just like, let me just search, Black event today. It was so random, right? Did not an event pop up for today, and I was zero point 0.4 miles away from the location. And this was about 3:45. And did the event not start at 4? I said, wow. So it was like the collective, it was, this and this. And so I wasn't all the way sure what it was going to be. I knew I was underdressed. So let me also, yeah, had on my Nike sweatsuit. And I was like, let me let this hair down real quick, put on some lip gloss and just, hope for the best. So literally, it was like a 5-minute drive. Go down, find somewhere to park. I go in, boom, two beautiful Black women at the front. I'm like, hey, I just found out about this event. Apologies for me being underdressed because they look great, right? Dress, again, it's after work chic, right? And so anyway, tell them the whole story. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy to be here. Like, and one of the woman's names is Joy, and she just exuded all of this joy, even in her personality. Um, and another young lady, Mariah, at the front, she had me put my email. So essentially, this is the Black Action Collective. And forgive me if I'm saying this wrong. I'm going to make sure I notate it correctly the in my notes. But they are focused on ensuring that the political spaces are appropriately representing Black folks, be that through engaging folks to go out and vote, right? So reducing voter suppression and repression, as well as making sure that folks are um, well positioned and knowledgeable about what they're voting for and who they're voting for, right? But they are able to do this work, but they're obviously a collective. So this was a fundraiser for them. And it happened to be a wine tasting. And so I knew again, as I go in there and I'm just meeting people, of course I am, because now I'm in my element, right? And so they ended up inviting everyone in, to start the wine tasting, right? When I tell you I had a time, I met amazing folks. We are cackling at the table like we've known each other for years. But Capital, dang, why am I messing up these names? I'm so sorry. Capital View Winery. They are a little bit outside of the city I'm in. Black owned winery. Again, if I'm butchering this, I'm gonna make it right in the notes. Uh, but owned by a husband and wife, deeply believing in entrepreneurship, deeply believing in the power of legacy. The husband's parents were entrepreneurs as well. So just understanding the power again that it holds to have business, land, etc. Right. So he's taken us through. He referenced the Green Book and talked about just some different things. But we were able to sample their wines, and I mean, I love us. I love meeting new people, specifically Black women and men. We are having a time at this table. I mean, we're trying to smell to get the notes. And then the one guy next to me, he's cracking jokes about he always is doing what. Just, we had a great time. Great, great, great time. Um, and I just shout out to my girls, my new girls, since we're going out tomorrow. Okay, we're going back to the same place because we were at a Black owned space that does live music on Wednesdays. So we'll be all going back for part two tomorrow. And so I just am so grateful that I was able to lean in, get in alignment, and do what I do best, which is connect with people and just feed off of really great energy. And so I want to continue this trend, right? But I keep reflecting on the fact that had I not made the very intentional and conscious choice to do this differently, I would have never opened myself up to this type of environment and connecting with good folks, as well as having an experience of a wine tasting, right, on a Tuesday evening. So I just love that for me. and I think there's a bigger lesson, right, to be learned or to be taken away, where if we just make conscious choices that keep us in alignment, then we can be led to, like, literally led by spirit to do exactly what we need to do that will fill our cup and make us feel how we need to feel, right? And so just shout out, shout out to making it good. Shout out to the good folks at the winery and at the collective, and just so excited to keep building with them because I know this also wasn't a coincidence, right? So with that, we'll catch you on the next one.